Hey y'all, want to see how I got these amazing curls using this thread right here? Well, stay tuned. So for this wig, I used this Freetress braid hair and 3 packs of the Jamaican twist braid hair. Now, I've never seen braid hair mixed with Marley hair. Typically, you see one or the other used for any type of style, but I wanted this wig to be a certain texture and I wanted it to have a certain length. So first, of course, I wash my hair and I'm letting it hang and dry. I'll be using this Freetress lace wig cap. It has a lace part in there, and this is for people who are making full coverage wigs. Here's the hair all dried. I'm showing it to you, being goofy. Now I'm about to show you how I mix the 2 textures of hair. So I just take a small strand of the Marley hair and of the braid hair and just mix it together before I crochet it onto the cap. And mind you, I know this hair is not called Marley hair, but I'm going to call it Marley hair throughout this video, so just stick with me. Okay, so here is me crocheting the hair onto the cap. I'm not doing anything fancy here. I'm just using the knotless method. There's so many videos online that show you how to do a knotless method when crocheting. And here's a close-up of me crocheting the hair to the cap. Super, super simple. Okay, so here's a close-up of the wig, about 75% done. Just wanted to show you what it looks like. As you can see, the hair is mixed all together and it's pretty full so far. So I know this is going to be a pretty full wig, which is what I want. This is a shot of the wig almost fully completed, but I have to do the hairline. I'm going to scoot this up closer so you can see what I'm talking about. You want to make sure that you fill that hairline up with enough hair so that when you have on this wig, you will not see that band. To complete the hairline, I'm going to take a strand of that Marley hair and cut it in half. You don't need the hairline to be super long. What you want to make sure you do is to get that hair or crochet that hair as close to the edge of the band as possible. Again, you want to make sure that the band is not showing once you have the wig on your head. So here's a close-up of what I'm doing, and so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. And I do want to mention that working with any kind of loose hair is going to be kind of annoying. It does what it wants to do sometimes, but just hang in there. As you can see, I had some struggles tying that hair, but as long as it covered that band, I really don't care. And now that we have this other side done, I'm about to go to the parting area of the wig, and I'm going to show you how I easily fill that part up with hair. Now, when you get to the lace part, you want to make sure that you aren't taking your crochet needle through that lace because it can rip easily. You just want to make sure you hook the hair through those holes that are there near the part. And I'm going to show you how to close that part because as you can see, that part is pretty wide and nobody's natural part would be that wide. See, I can stick my whole finger in that part. So we're going to close this up. Before I move forward, I do want to show you that this wig does have 3 combs sewed onto the wig. This is how you secure the wig to your head. I've made wig videos before and I forgot to show that part. So that is how I secure the wig onto my head. Now I want to show you how I close up that large gap on that part. I use a clear thread. I got it from Walmart. I think it was like $1 something. And I use clear thread to do this because any other thread would have shown on that sheer lace. So just look closely, pay attention to how I sewed this lace part. Now, this part was kind of tricky. I'm not going to lie. This is the first time I ever used this method. Normally, I try to take a tiny crochet needle and crochet hair through the lace and try to cover it that way to make a natural looking part. But that way takes too long, so I did it with the clear thread. Now, I'm not sewing this whole entire part. I'm only going to do the very beginning of the part and the very end of the part. That way you won't see a whole bunch of thread through the part once the wig is complete. You'll see once I get finished with it what I'm talking about. So here's a close-up of the part. Of course, it doesn't look perfect. It was my first time trying this method. You can see maybe one strand of that clear thread through the part, but once this hair gets curled and I start fluffing it out, you won't even be able to see all that. So like I asked you on the beginning of this video, you got to bear with me because I'm learning as I go because this is totally new for me as well. All right, now here's the whole wig completely done. It is a big, huge mess, but once I start combing through it and curling it, it is going to be beautiful. I had really high expectations for this wig, even though it looks a hot mess right now. Now, instead of combing through this entire wig and losing a lot of hair, I'm just going to section it off with clips and comb through each section instead of combing it all at once. As you can see, I took a pretty large section of hair. This is a pretty good amount of hair. I'm going to use that much hair for one thread. Here's the yarn for braid thread that I use. I got it at the hair store. It's only $1.99 a pack. It comes with a lot of pieces of thread, and you probably only need to buy one pack or maybe two. I don't know. I bought two just to be on the safe side. So I'm going to take this thread, which is very long, and I'm going to cut it into halves. And now we're ready to start twisting the hair around the thread. So how you do the threading part is you put the thread about maybe an inch or so away from the root of the wig. And you want to hold the start of the thread with your thumb and just wrap that around a couple of times to make sure that the thread doesn't move when you start running that thread down the hair as I'm doing. As you start wrapping the thread around the hair, you want to make sure that you have a bit of space in between each wrap, I'm going to call it. This part is going to give your curl that spiral curl, and also that spacing that you just created is going to help the hair move easier once you pull the hair up on the thread. And you'll see what I'm talking about here in a couple of seconds. Now, once you get to the bottom part of the hair and the string is starting to run out, you're going to do the same thing to the bottom of the hair that you did to the top. Just grab the thread and start wrapping it around to create a bit of a knot. And then you're going to take the hair, grab it, and then pull up on the string. It took me a couple of tries to get this, but it was easy once I got the hang of it. And you're just going to pull that hair tight. And you're going to do a couple more wraparounds at the end of that twist. And then you're going to create a tiny little knot so that it can hold that twist in place. Here I wanted to show you a close-up of the wig almost completely finished. I just have one more twist to do, and then I will be completely finished twisting this hair. It did take quite a bit of time to do, I'm not gonna lie, but if the result is as beautiful as I imagined it to be, then it was all worth it. Now I'm about to cut all that excess string off. When I dip the hair in hot water, I just don't want those strings being everywhere. It's just going to be messy and in the way. So you can go ahead and cut that extra part off if you like, or you can keep it there if you want it on there. It's totally up to you. I didn't record me dipping the hair in the hot water, but just imagine that I took each twist and dipped it into very hot water, and then I just let the twist dry for a couple of hours. Now I'm going to show you the process of taking down the twist. Pretty much I just cut the thread, and I make sure that I'm careful enough not to cut the hair. And once you start cutting the thread, it unwinds pretty easily, and the curls are super long and super spirally, and that's exactly what I was hoping for it to look like. So there you go. I'm just showing a close-up of me doing it. Look how beautiful those curls are, y'all. Oh, I just couldn't wait to get it all done so that I could fluff it out and see exactly what it looks like. Do y'all see how natural and beautiful these curls are looking? And now you're seeing why I use that braid hair to give it that length, because if I just would have used the Marley hair, those curls would have been a whole lot shorter. Now you will have some excess hair that did not make it inside of the thread, and all you'll do is just cut that part off, as you can see me doing right here. And as you can see, the wig is pretty uneven. We have some super long strands and some pretty short strands, but we're going to cut and shape this hair. And I'm sorry to tell y'all, but I got to pull some of these curls out. I know some of y'all are like, why would you pull the curls out? Because they look so beautiful like that. But as you can see, there are holes in the wig that need to be covered. So I have to pull the hair apart so that it can cover those holes and I won't have any issues with holes showing throughout my wig. So I didn't want to do too much fluffing before I put the wig on my head, just so that I can make sure I'm not over fluffing the hair. So now I have it on my head, and I did see that the wig was super thick, and I'm cutting some hair out. Be very careful if you have to do this. I just didn't want the wig to be as full as it was looking on my head. Fluffing and shaping your wig out is like one of the most important parts of making a wig look good and natural. And that's a lot of hair, and I just wouldn't feel right with that much hair on my head. I feel like it looks too wiggy at that point. So you're just going to watch me cut strands of hair out of this wig, and I'm just hoping for the best at this point. Now, I know what y'all probably thinking. Y'all probably thinking, she's ruining the curl. She's pulling out too much. And I was thinking the same thing, but I don't know how, but somehow this wig came together after I got done cutting and shaping it, and it ended up looking like this. Now, this is the look I was going for. These curls are giving me life. I feel like myself again. I'm just going to do a bit more shaping, put a face on, and I'll be right back. Okay, look at her. This is the exact look that I was going for. I am so completely in love with this wig. Here's a close-up of the part. As I mentioned earlier in the video, you do not really see that thread that I took through there to close that gap up. I don't have any of my hair out. This is a full coverage wig. And to me, it looks pretty natural, and I love the curls. Like, I am obsessed with these curls. I cannot wait to wear this wig, and I'm just really happy with how it turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed my video, and if you did, please like, share, or subscribe. Thank you. Bye.